Hello, my name is Jiaru Zhao. I'm going to talk about the washback of language test in this presentation. As we all know, language test is almost everywhere in many English learners' learning journey, and some of them could be nightmares. In fact, language test is way more than just about high or low scores or right or wrong answers. So as teachers or future teachers, we should bear in mind that language tests can have great influence on our students' language development and achievement. According to Brown and Aburikuma, 2010, washback always refers to the impact of language test or assessment on both teaching and learning, which can be either positive or negative. And when we think of the washback of language test, the negative ones may come first in our minds. We can see some teachers, in order to help students achieve higher mark, may specifically just focus on teaching the knowledge that is highly possible to appear in the task, rather than really emphasize on the knowledge that the students need or desire. And the cram study phenomenon is also common, where students work very intensively to absorb knowledge within very short period of time, mostly just before the task. It sometimes may work, but forms very bad learning habits and brings unpleasant learning experience. So some students may even lose their interest and learning English only for gaining acceptable grades. Well, of course, language tests can have a lot of positive or beneficial washback, but in order to achieve that, teachers need to put more efforts into it. For example, teachers need to provide students with enough information, guidance, and help before the language assessment, so that students can have greater chances to review what they have learned and strengthen the network of the new knowledge during their preparation of the language assessment. And as we all know from our own learning experience, sometimes language learners do need some stimulus, such as weekly quiz, to work harder and become more motivated. Language tests can have diagnostic function as well. Students can find out their strengths and weaknesses through their incorrect responses, and teachers can have a better understanding of what aspects of knowledge has been well grasped and what others may need further explanation. What's more important is to provide students with constructive feedback after the test. The good performance in the test needs to be praised to build students' confidence. Besides, constructive criticism of the weaknesses is also necessary, such as providing detailed comments on students' performance, giving them instruction about how to better improve their answers, or welcoming questioning. It is also very beneficial to give students some learning strategic hints and ask them to work out the correct answers in groups, from which they can gain intrinsically motivating experience and accomplishment. As teachers or future teachers, we should make full use of language tests and regard it as teaching material rather than just a mechanism, and keep asking ourselves, how can we better transform language tests from assessment of learning to assessment for learning? That's all for my presentation. Thank you.